Hello everyone, this is Jack. This is going to be a quick review for the S&P 500 futures contract for May 6th, 2026. So on the daily chart, make the bars bigger. On the daily chart, we've had a weak bear trend that's breaking out of the long trading range. And we had buyers below every low until finally we got exhaustion, a micro double bottom, and a strong reversal up, a wedge bear flag that failed, and that led to a strong rally and then another strong breakout. A week or so ago, the market went sideways and tried to break out of a small, tight trading range, and that initially failed, but the failure was just a two-legged move down to a double bottom bull flag, another higher low, and since then we've broken out of the channel, pulled back, and now we're breaking out of the channel again to a new all-time high. So coming into the day, this is what we saw. We have a strong buy signal bar, but we're right near the all-time high where we found sellers before. And we have a reversal with follow-through. It's likely that this will get some sort of second leg down, but with the big gap up and the bull bar, it looks like the bears that we're selling here might be trapped, and therefore they might get out of their losing positions, and the market will probably try to rally for that reason. But also, we're in a bull trend, and that's a buy signal bar, so it's likely that the market will try to get follow through for that buy signal bar for that reason. So on the 5-minute chart, we've got a big gap up. It's worth about 3/4 of an average day's range. And we have a very strong buy signal bar with a very strong close. I would never do it, but it is reasonable to be long after this bar. The context is pretty good given the higher time frames, and the context at the moment is a trend from the open bull trend. We do have a tail on the bottom of the bar. It's likely we'll pull back and try to test into the range of bar 1, but I imagine that we're always in long. We have a big gap up and a very big follow-through bar, so it's likely the market is going to try to move higher. So bar 1 probably always in long, probably going higher, but the big gap, the upside might be limited because we've already moved nearly an average day's range, so there's not very much left for the market to do to become average. Bad follow through on bar 2, an okay signal bar for a short, but not very good context. If the market's always in long, there will probably be buyers somewhere below, but it is an okay short, betting on an opening reversal down, but I would just be waiting for a few bars to get more information first. Bar 3, buyers below, no surprise, and a weak buy signal bar, so probably the market will trigger the buy, but I imagine that the follow through will not be very good, probably be disappointing in some way. Now we're starting to form a tight trading range, and with the information that we have so far, we're probably always in long. The bears are able to trigger the shorts, but they're not getting good follow through, so this is strengthening the case for the bulls, but tight trading range, better to wait for a few more bars. We triggered the buy and pulled back. We have a sell signal bar, but it's weak. It's basically a doji, so it's not a strong sell. Probably we triggered the sell, but we may find buyers below, especially if we're always in long. You could argue micro double top with 1 and 3, but it's not very good. The context is okay. It's reasonable, but probably better to wait for a couple more bars. We triggered the sell and we tested down near the open of the day, didn't quite get there. And then we reversed up. We found a lot of buyers. And now we have a very strong buy signal bar. This could be a two-legged move. And now we're at the top of a trading range. So you could argue probably sellers up here. But clearly we're always in long and the bears are strong enough to put the market lower and trigger the sell. But they really don't have much going for them. And no consecutive bars yet on the day for either side of the market. But judging by the buying pressure, I would say that the bulls are clearly dominant and we're probably always in long and probably going to go higher. Bar 6, 10 a.m., probably news coming soon. We have a doji and we're stalling near the top of a tight trading range. We're probably always in long, but I imagine we probably pull back more, probably buyers below and probably sellers above, but always in long, better to think about buying than selling. We went a little bit higher, reversed down. Now we have a much stronger sell signal bar. Reasonable candidate for a high of the day and an opening reversal down, betting on a test into bar 1. But the context isn't great. The doji here represents, a lack of conviction. We did sell off from the close of 5, but we still have bears trapped selling below bar 2 and selling below bar 4. So you're taking that risk selling below bar 7, you may end up getting trapped. So I would be waiting for a little bit more information. It was enough for the bears to make a scalp and let out the trapped bears down here, so that's good information. That means we're likely in a trading range, and the market is letting out the traders who are becoming trapped. We have bar 8 reversing up in a very strong buy signal bar again. Prominent tail, smaller body than 5, 5 smaller body than 1. And that's a warning that we'll probably find a meaningful pullback before too long. But always in long, we have a bull channel on the open. It's a weak trend from the open bull, so we're probably going to go higher. But I imagine the follow-through is probably only good for a scalp. Good follow-through, good entry bar, but tail makes me think we might pull back. But what do you notice here? And you notice that we're breaking out of a bull channel, and we have a tail. So that's an indication that it may fail, but given the context, the buying pressure, and the strength and follow-through of these 2 bars here, I suspect whatever pullback we get to be brief and probably will test back up here. But you do run the risk of failing the breakout, so we might pause before we go much higher. But reasonable to be long or looking to buy. Bar 10, we have a wedge top and a sell signal bar, but buyers below 9, they may be trapped if we get another bear bar, but the tail on 10 indicates that there were more buyers than sellers below the prior bar. So we may go a little bit lower. It's not a very good short, and we're still always in long until we're not. So I would say better to wait and better to be thinking about buying. Buyers at the close of 10, a strong buy signal bar, a lot of overlap here, but a really strong buy signal bar forcing you to buy near the top of the range. Probably we go higher, but probably the follow-through isn't what you would hope for. And you would want to hope for an acceleration bar that carries you into profit very quickly if you're buying here. Bar 12, another failure to get follow through and reversal down, another strong sell signal bar. An even better candidate for the high of the day. We have a failed bull breakout of a bull channel and now a strong sell signal bar. Reasonable to think about an opening reversal down, testing into the bar 10 range or maybe even down into the bar 8 range. We have trapped bears selling below bar 7 who were trapped on 8, so maybe we make it back down there to let the bears out. And that's reasonable, but the market is still always in long. Yes, it looks like a leg in a trading range. And if you're selling here, you got to make quick decisions when the market starts to reverse up like this. Now we have a very strong bull breakout of the bull channel, and we're closing well beyond bar 12 and well beyond the channel line that we initially broke out of. Any bears that were selling during 12 are clearly trapped and probably selling more, and they will probably become more trapped if the market doesn't pull back to let them out. We're always in long, trend from the open bull trend. This looks like trending trading range day behavior, possibly bull trend behavior. And this is a very strong, uniform looking bar comparatively to the other bull bars. So it's likely to get some follow through, and we're likely to go at least a little bit higher. Whatever pullback we get, unless it's very strong, I imagine will just lead to a higher low. 14, good follow through, a little tail above and below. But this is good. This is a reset of the market cycle. This is likely to be some sort of spike that will lead to a second leg up. And it looks like we're heading for the Globex high, and we're probably going to get there. So reasonable to buy or buy below if we pull back. And then a climactic bar breaking well above the Globex high. Tail makes me think that we'll pull back. We have a lot of clarity here, a lot of momentum up. We've traveled 20 points in 15 minutes. So it's very likely that we'll take a break here and pull back. But clearly always in long. This is the type of behavior that could lead to a spike in channel, which could last for most of the day. So definitely always in long, better to be thinking about buying rather than selling here. Bad follow through 16, pulling back into the range of 15, but weak close in a doji bar, so probably buyers below. But a warning that we might be forming a trading range here or a bull channel. So better to be thinking about buying pullbacks. A high one buy, but forcing you to buy near the highs. Not ideal. We probably go at least a little bit higher, but possibly sellers above 16. If this is not a strong bull trend, and this turns out to be a swing in a trading range, then we'll probably reverse down from above 16 And if you're long, you got to be quick to get out if that is the case. But bar 18 is a good follow-through bar. Traders didn't hesitate to buy the close of bar 17, and that's good. That's more buying pressure. But the bar is smaller, and we've got a small, tight trading range that we're trying to break out of, so we need good follow-through. And why are the bars smaller, and why are we creating a tight trading range here? That's because that probably we need to pull back more. Bit of a climax, bar 19, but a very strong bull trend. Whatever pullback we get, likely to be bought, and we'll probably test back up here at some point. But pretty risky to be buying here. You got a new high of the day after a couple of legs up, after a breakout of a bull channel. And now we have a bull follow-through bar with a tail above and below the bar. And that's a warning that we're probably going to pull back and form a trading range here. We went a little bit higher, and then we reverse down. We have an outside down bar. It's a bear breakout, and it's a good size bar. It'll probably get some follow-through, but we've got the close of 16 that may be support. We didn't quite get there, so once we get there, we may bounce. We've also got the Globex high that's possibly support. It looks like it was over here, so we may bounce there. But it's an okay sell betting on another opening reversal down. But look at what's happened for all the opening reversals down so far today. They've all failed. So it's likely that this one will fail at some point too. Sure, we could race down. This could be a climax, and we may test down near the bottom of the last buy climax here. But that remains to be seen. So far, the information on this chart, this is likely a pullback that will lead to another leg up and test back up into this bull leg. We initially bought the close of 20 and rallied. We didn't quite get to the high close before turning down and breaking out lower. Now we've broken out below 16 low, but look at the close. This is 367, and this is 367.25. We closed one tick below the close of 16, and that's a sign of strong selling pressure. But why is the close around the midpoint of the bar, and why is this a doji follow-through bar after a strong reversal bar? That's because it's likely going to be a pullback, so probably we bounce here. We'll probably go a little bit lower. 22 buyers at the close. We have a double bottom bull flag with 16 and a strong buy signal bar. Probably we go a little bit higher, maybe up to the high close or a new high of the day, but I'd be cautious here. Probably we're going to go sideways and form a trading range. Follow through minimal. It's small doji, small bull bar, and look at this. The high close is 73.73.25, and the high of this bar is 73.73.50. We went one tick above the high close and then pulled back, creating this little doji bar. It is not a strong sell signal bar, so it is not a high probability short below. But you got to be wondering that maybe the bulls who were buying up here just got out of their positions and they'll look to buy again lower. And that means that the bears may begin to sell here. So if you're long, I'd be very quick to get out if we start to reverse down. And if I'm flat, I am interested in shorting. Bar 24, strong entry bar for the short and a strong close, but it's a small bar, and that indicates that it might be a pullback. But I imagine we go down and test into the range of bar 21, probably near the close or so, or maybe near the low of 22. Decent context, but not very good. We're still always in long, but we do have a double top, we have a double bottom, we have a trading range. Right now we're near the highs, getting towards the middle of the range, so I imagine we go at least a little bit lower. Breakout, pullback, sell, reasonable. We didn't quite get to the low close on 21, but I imagine we get there. Probably sellers above for a second leg down. You could argue that this is going to be the second leg for 2021, and that's reasonable, but now 24, 25 may need a second leg as well. Bit of a surprise, bar 26 could be a climax, but it looks fairly uniform with bar 20, and it's likely to get some follow through. We've closed beyond both low closes of the double bottom here, and now it looks like we're heading for the 21 low. We'll probably get there, but this may be a climax that may lead to traders buying the close rather than selling the close. So it's an okay short, not very good, and it's an okay long, not very good either. The channel down is pretty tight, and now we have 3 consecutive bear bars, and we haven't had any consecutive bull bars since over here. I wouldn't really consider the doji bull bar. some buying at the close, but we channeled lower, and now we've tested the moving average and popped back up. So we found a lot of buyers here. No surprise. If this is a strong bull trend, we'll be respecting the moving average and we'll probably go sideways to up from here. So reasonable to think about buying either the close or buying a reversal up if we get one. 28, decent reversal up, but basically a doji, micro double top. Probably buyers below the lows, so okay to think about long scalps here. We tested the low close or near it and rallied. Now we're breaking out above the small tight trading range, but a lot of overlap here. We may find sellers up here, but I imagine we go sideways to up. Bar 30 pulling back, micro double top, sell signal bar. Not a very good short. This could be the start of a bull channel. We triggered the sell and trapped the bears, and now we have another little double top possibility here. So possibly sellers above, but it looks like we're channeling higher, so probably still always in long. Tight trading range, micro double top, 29.31, but not a very strong sell signal bar, tail above and below, and small bar with a lot of overlap. So probably sellers above and buyers below. Now we have a little wedge top. If we go above it, we could possibly fail to break out, or we may accelerate up to a new high of the day. But so far, it looks like the bears have got 2 legs down, and we might need an answer to this right here. So this could end up being a wedge bear flag. 34, sell signal bar for the wedge. Not bad, but not very good context. An okay short, but probably we need another bar. We triggered the sell, reversed up, tested the high close, pulled back. We got a doji. We're starting to go sideways here in a tight trading range, probably sellers above, buyers not far below. Outside down, but weak sell signal, so probably buyers somewhere below. But this might be a double top here, and we may move a little bit lower. Another doji, so this isn't very good for the bears. If I'm short, I'm definitely not feeling very comfortable, and I'm thinking there might be buyers below these lows. So if we do turn down, I'd be looking to get out of shorts. And if we start to race up, I'd be more interested in buying. But I would like to see a better looking double bottom. You could argue 37 is a double bottom with the low closes here, the micro double bottom. We also have a micro double top. It's a tight trading range, so it's better to wait for the breakout. Looks like the bear breakout might be failing. We're testing the moving average again, double bottom 31, but not a very good buy signal bar, so sellers maybe above. Almost outside down, a reasonable sell signal, but we're just above the moving average and just above a swing point, near a possible double bottom here. Not a very strong short, but okay if you're quick. 40 closed near the low close on 27, and tail below the bar. Probably will start to bounce here, but this could be a breakout that might need, that might get some follow through. We might need a second leg down here. Surprise bear breakout 41, closing below the swing point 27. I imagine we go at least a little bit lower, but this may be a climactic end to whatever is happening here, whatever is forming. And then a doji bull bar. So if you look at the low of 16, connect that here, you can form some sort of reasonable looking wedge bull flag. And we don't have a very strong buy signal bar. There's likely sellers up here, but we have a doji bull follow through bar. And this low close, 58.25, is 2 ticks below this close. So it's likely that the bears will get at least a little bit more down before the market's able to reverse up, but we could be trying to bounce here. A small higher low, maybe a micro double bottom on a smaller time frame, and a strong buy signal bar. We have 3 implied legs down here after 3 bigger legs down. And we might have a double bottom with a 27 low after a micro double bottom with a strong buy signal bar. So that's pretty good. The moving average is just above. There could be sellers up here, but it is an okay buy for a quick scalp. 44, good entry bar, but tail makes me think we'll go a little bit sideways. And then doji, probably buyers below. Now we have 4 consecutive bull bars, possible double top with the 38 trap. But yeah, probably sellers above and buyers below. We're starting to go sideways. Tight trading range. Breaking out and finding sellers above, but now we have 6 consecutive bull bars. So probably the market is trying to get back to always in long, but we're still in a trading range and we could be in a bear channel. We're testing the trend line now. We trapped the bears selling below 45, so I would not be very interested in selling below 47 for that reason. Doji. And then third push up, we have a micro wedge. You could think of it as a micro spike and channel. Sell signal bar closed below the middle, but not very good. It's a bull bar, so probably buyers not far below. Outside down, this close, this close 65.75, that low. That close is the same price as the low of the prior bar, so it's better to think of this as a tight trading range. I imagine we triggered the sell, but I imagine the follow through is not very good. We have a lot of small bars, most of them are bull bars, and we're in a micro spike and channel bull trend, so I imagine either of these higher lows here with 46 or 48 are going to be support. We tested the moving average again and reversed up, forming a strong buy signal bar. Reasonable to think about buying here. We might have sellers above, but it looks like the market wants to go higher, maybe above 36, maybe back up here to the close on 22, where buy the close bulls got trapped. Bad follow through, but a bad sell, so probably buyers somewhere below, maybe somewhere in the range of 51. And then we triggered the sell and reversed up. Probably we go a little bit higher, but again, probably not very good follow through. And then surprisingly good follow through. But it's a small bar, like most of the bars for the last hour or so. And we're breaking out above this swing point here. It looks like we're heading back up into the bar 22, bar 19 area. So reasonable to think about buying here. Doji, but follow through and closing beyond the prior bar, so that's good for the bulls. Probably buyers below, probably back to always and long. And then 56, an acceleration bar. It could be a climax, but it's not that much bigger than everything before it. And we're right near, or maybe we are right near the high of the day. So I imagine we go at least a little bit higher and make a new high of the day. But I imagine we find profit taking soon. Doji pullback, probably buyers below, not a good sell. And then 58, a bit of a climax here. Tail makes me think sellers above and probably pull back. Good follow through. Now we have a parabolic wedge, a bull breakout of a bull channel, a new high of the day, and a lot of buying pressure here. We have a long micro channel with 7 or so bars in it, and we're getting a climax late in a bull swing. That's likely to lead to a pullback in a trading range, but bar 60 is not a very strong sell signal. Probably buyers not far below. Outside up, but right at the top of a tight trading range, so probably sellers above. And then 62 channeled higher, formed a doji and pulled back. Probably we triggered the sell, but probably buyers either below the bar or the bar before it. Strong sell signal, okay for a scalp, betting on a test below 61. But I imagine it doesn't get very far if the market is as bullish as it wants to be, or as it appears. It appears quite bullish here. This has been a small pullback bull trend for the last hour or two. A pullback and a second leg down, possible double bottom, 61, but closing below the swing point, so not a good double bottom. We might go lower, but why are these two bear bars small, and why is there so much overlap in the tail above and below this bar? It could just be a pullback, and now we have an open gap with this high over here. So that'll be a target for the bears that are shorting here, but you got to be quick to make decisions if the market starts to reverse up. This is a bull trend day, make no mistake about it, despite the trading range and the wedge bull flag here. This is a bull trend day. So strong buy signal bar, probably we go at least a little bit higher. Bad follow through, but probably buyers not far below. Maybe they come in below the 65 low. And instead we trigger the sell and trap the bears and reverse up. This will probably get a second leg up. We'll probably make a new high of the day here. It's a bit climactic. We have a tail above and below the bar, but probably still going at least a little bit higher. And then a small bar with a lot of overlap, probably profit taking coming soon, but probably buyers not far below. Small doji follow through and another new high of the day. We're starting to build a micro channel, so probably buyers below. Another bar up, but another doji. So I imagine the bulls are going to take profit soon and the bears are going to look to short and target the 62 high at a minimum. The short triggered and reversed up. We found a lot of buyers below, so I imagine we're going to form a tight trading range here. Probably sellers above and buyers below, and probably going sideways to up. Bear bar and tail closing above the prior bar's low. Probably buyers not far below, but probably a little bit more down. And then surprise bull bar back up at the high of the range, near the high of the day. Probably we go a little bit higher, but not much left in the day to do, so probably channeling sideways to up for the rest of the day. Bear inside bar and a strong sell signal bar, double top 71. With not very good context, I imagine we trigger the sell and probably find buyers below any of these lows here. doji, letting the bulls out who are buying the close 74. So maybe we go a little bit lower, but the context is not very good. You can see the whole day has been a bull trend, and the bears haven't had much selling pressure since the middle of the day over here. And then surprise bull bar, climactic end to the bull trend, so probably profit taking here, and a wedge top bull breakout of a bull channel, likely to lead to a pullback or a trading range. And then bar 78 is basically the end of the day, sideways into the close. It's a pretty interesting day overall. I got a little too attached to my premise with bar 26, thinking that this would be the wedge bull flag, but really it wasn't a very good looking wedge bull flag to begin with, nor was it a good looking double bottom. But when we went lower and we formed a reversal up, okay to get back to long through here. Yeah, so interesting day overall. What do we do tomorrow? Well, on the daily chart, we're trying to break out of this bull channel. We did it here, and then we pulled back, and it looks like we're trying to do it here again. This is such a strong bar. It could be a climax. We're breaking out of this bigger bull channel. So I imagine we try to get follow through here, either in the form of a gap or a rally on the open. But I imagine we find profit taking soon, and we need to pull back. As with most days, we'll likely see a trending trading range day. But we are clearly always in long and clearly in a strong bull trend. So that's what I think there. So that's the review. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you later.